In this video, we are going to be writing equation of a line. When we're given graph of a line, we're given slope and y-intercept. We're given slope and a point on the line. We're given 2 points on the line. Given a point on the line, an equation of the line parallel to it. Given a point on the line, an equation of a line perpendicular to it. So we're going to see one example of each kind. A quick review: forms of linear equations in two variables. Linear equation in two variables in the slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b, where m is the slope and b is the y-intercept. Point slope form is y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1, where m is the slope of the line and x1, y1 is a point on the line. Standard form is ax plus by equals c, where a, b, and c are integers, and a has to be greater than 0. Some textbooks require the a to be greater than 0. Let's see first example. Write the equation in slope-intercept form given the slope is 3 and the y-intercept is 0, negative 2. So slope m is 3 and the y-intercept b is negative 2. We want to write the slope-intercept form, so y equals mx plus b. I will also go ahead and write the standard form of it. So y is equal to m is 3, b is negative 2. This is the slope-intercept form of the line. To write it in the standard form, we would move the x and y on the same side. Just to make the coefficient of x positive, we can go ahead and divide everything with a negative 1, and that would be the standard form of this line. Again, we were given the slope, we were given the y-intercept, we just went ahead and wrote the slope-intercept form and standard form of the equation of the line. We could also write the point-slope form here using this given information, which would be y minus y1 equals m x minus x1. So y plus 2 equals 3x. That would be the point-slope form for this equation, the given information. Next, we're going to write the equation of line where we are given the graph of the line. We can clearly see the y-intercept is 1, so we can plug that in. And next, I need to find 2 good points on the line. It looks like these are the 2 good points. From here, I can see my rise is 1, 2, 3, and the run is 2, and the line has a positive slope. So 3 halves x plus 1, y equals 3 half x plus 1 will be the equation of this line. And this is the slope-intercept form. We can go ahead and write the standard form as well from here. To write the standard form, we can multiply everything on both sides with the 2. Then bring x and y terms on one side. Lastly, just to satisfy the coefficient of x being positive, we can go ahead and divide everything with a negative 1. So we have slope-intercept form and standard form of the equation of line. Write the equation of the line that passes through 6, negative 4, and has a slope of 2. So this is a point on the line, and the slope is 2. So I'm going to start with the point slope form. Point slope form is y minus y1 is equal to mx minus x1. So point slope form would be y minus negative 4 equals 2 times x minus 6. Turns out to be y plus 4 equals 2x minus 6. And that is the point slope form of equation of line. If you want to write the slope-intercept form, we need to get the y by itself. So I'm going to distribute the 2 into the equation, into the expression on the right hand side, and then isolate the y. Negative 12 minus 4, that would be negative 16. And this is the slope-intercept form of this equation of line. Next, we're going to go ahead and write standard form for this equation of line. To get the standard form, we would be, we will be bringing x and y together on the same side. So negative 2x plus y equals negative 16. Now dividing everything with a negative 1 turns out to be standard form of equation of line. So we can toggle between all these forms. Once we have one form of the line, we can toggle and get the other forms as well. Another example, in this case, we want to write the equation of line when we're given 2 points on the line. In this case, we're given 2 points on the line. So this is point x1, y1. This is point x2, y2. You can call any point as x1, y1. The other one would be x2, y2. Doesn't matter which point goes first. First step would be to go ahead and find the slope here. So m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. The difference in y coordinates divided by difference in x coordinates. So 10 minus negative 6 divided by 3 minus negative 1. 10 plus 6 divided by 4 is 16 divided by 4. Slope turns out to be 4 here. So now to write the point slope form, we can actually use any of the points, either the first point or the second point. So if I were to use the first point, point slope form would be y minus y1 equals m x minus x1, which actually, when two negatives will multiply to make a positive, equals 4 times x plus 1. And that's our first equation, point slope form for this equation of the line. It can be also written using the second point, and it would be exactly the same equation. So we could have used the second point and get y minus 10 equals 4 x minus 3. And that would be also a point slope form. Now to write the slope intercept form, we just need to isolate the y. So we can do it from either of the equations. I'm going to show both because it is necessarily going to be the same thing. So y is equal to 4x. 4 minus 6 would be negative 2. And going from the other equation, y minus 10 equals 4x minus 12, that would also lead me to the same equation. So slope intercept form is y equals 4x minus 2. If we want the standard form as well, we want to bring the x and y together on one side. So negative 4x plus y equals negative 2. Now go ahead and divide everything with negative 1 just to make the a positive. 4x minus y equals 2 would be the standard form for this equation of line. So we saw an example of writing equation of line when we were given 2 points, writing equation of line when we were given a slope and a point on the line. And we saw how to write equation of line when we were given a graph and we were given slope and y-intercept. Next, we will talk about how to write equation of line when we're given a point. We want to write equation of horizontal line through this point and a vertical line through this point. Let's quickly go ahead and graph this point to get some idea. So this negative 8, negative 9 is about here, just by estimate, about here. So to write an equation of a line which is a vertical line that passes through it and a horizontal line that passes through it. So the vertical line that passes through it is going to have an equation x equal to negative 8. And horizontal line that passes through this point would be y equals negative 9. And the vertical line would have the slope undefined, and horizontal line would have the slope 0. When two lines are parallel, their slopes are exactly equal to each other. And if two lines are perpendicular, slopes are opposite reciprocal of each other. So next two examples, we're going to be using this information. Write an equation of the line that passes through negative 1, 2 and is parallel to this line. So we're not really told the slope of the line directly, but we're given a line parallel to our line. So that means the slopes are going to be equal for those two lines. So the x1, y1 is a point on the line, and slope of the line is going to be the same as this line because the lines are parallel. When two lines are parallel, their slopes are equal. So let's go ahead and use a point slope form. Point slope form is y minus y1 equals mx minus x1. So that turns out to be y minus 2 equals 3x minus negative 1. Simplifies to 3 times x plus 1. And that's the point slope form of the line passing through negative 1, 2, and it's parallel to y equals 3x minus 5. Now, if we want the slope intercept form, then we must get the y by itself. To get the y by itself, we would do y minus 2 equals 3x plus 3, distribute the 3, and now isolate the y on one side. Go ahead and add 2 to both sides, y equals 3x plus 5. Lastly, to get the standard form, we need to write it in the form where x and y are together on the same side, and that would be negative 3x plus y equals 5. Actually, it's positive 5. And because we want to make the a positive, the coefficient of x positive, we can go ahead and divide everything with a negative 1, and that would be the standard form of equation of this line. One last example. In this case, we're given the equation. We want to write the equation of the line that passes through this point. So this is my point x1, y1, and it's perpendicular to this line, y equals 3x minus 5. So when two lines are perpendicular, their slopes are opposite and reciprocal of each other. So for my line, the slope will be negative 1/3, which is opposite reciprocal of 3. Again, let's go ahead and use the point slope form, which is y minus y1 equals mx minus x1. If we want to simplify, we can, in the next step, we can go ahead and change negative x minus minus 1 to x plus 1, because two negatives will multiply to make it a positive, and that's our point slope form. If we want the slope intercept form, we would go ahead and distribute negative 1/3 and isolate the y, negative 1/3 x minus 1/3. I'll go ahead and add 2 to both sides. Simplifies to negative 1/3 x, that'd be 6 minus 1, adding, subtracting these fractions, plus 5/3. Standard form,